What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning? Imagine a world where the familiar cycle of day and night abruptly came to a halt, forever frozen in place. One side of the planet would be scorched under a relentless sun, while the other would be plunged into eternal darkness. At first glance, this might sound like a science fiction nightmare, but it is a fascinating thought experiment that reveals just how deeply our lives depend on the Earth's rotation. Our planet spins at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator, a dizzying speed that we hardly notice because everything moves along with it. This rotation is responsible for the 24-hour day, the alternation between light and darkness, and even influences weather patterns and ocean currents. But what if in an instant, the Earth's spin just stopped? Not gradually slowing down over millions of years, but rather a sudden and complete halt. The consequences would be catastrophic, reshaping every aspect of life and the environment. First, the laws of physics would come into play. Because the Earth's surface is rotating so fast, everything not firmly anchored would suddenly be flung eastward at tremendous speeds. Imagine standing on a rapidly spinning carousel that suddenly stops while you continue moving forward. The atmosphere, oceans, and even loose objects would be violently ejected. The immediate effect? Winds exceeding 1,000 miles per hour would sweep across the surface, tearing through landscapes, uprooting trees, and demolishing buildings. These winds would be so powerful that they would create massive planet-wide storms, relentless and deadly. Next, let's consider the oceans. The Earth's rotation causes the water to bulge slightly at the equator due to centrifugal force, shaping the planet into an oblate spheroid rather than a perfect sphere. If the Earth stopped spinning, this bulge would flatten out as water redistributed toward the poles. This shift would lead to massive flooding near the poles and severe droughts around the equator. Coastal cities like New York, Tokyo, and Sydney would face catastrophic flooding, while equatorial regions could turn into dry deserts. But the disruptions don't stop there. The Earth's rotation also influences the Coriolis effect, which drives global wind patterns and ocean currents. Without rotation, this effect would disappear, disrupting climate systems worldwide. Weather would become unpredictable, and extreme temperature differences between the sunlit and dark sides of the planet would create violent atmospheric turbulence, causing ecosystems to collapse under stress. Another alarming consequence would be the loss of the day-night cycle. One half of the Earth would experience constant daylight, while the other half would remain in perpetual darkness. The sunlit side would face scorching temperatures with no relief from the heat, leading to the evaporation of water bodies and desertification. Meanwhile, the dark side would plunge into freezing temperatures, with no solar energy to sustain life, resulting in ice-covered landscapes and the collapse of biological systems. Humans, animals, and plants have evolved to rely on circadian rhythms, internal clocks aligned with the regular alternation of light and dark. This balance regulates crucial processes like sleep, feeding, reproduction, and migration. Without Earth's rotation, these rhythms would be thrown into chaos, severely impacting health and survival. Agriculture would collapse, as plants need cycles of light and darkness to grow. This disruption could lead to food shortages and societal breakdowns. On a geological level, Earth's rotation helps maintain its magnetic field through the dynamo effect created in the liquid outer core. If the planet were to stop spinning, this magnetic shield, protecting us from harmful cosmic radiation, could weaken or disappear, leaving the planet's surface vulnerable to solar and cosmic rays. This increased exposure would raise mutation rates, lead to radiation sickness, and could disrupt electronics and power grids worldwide. A sudden halt in rotation would also trigger earthquakes and volcanic eruptions due to changes in the distribution of forces within Earth's crust and mantle. The absence of centrifugal force would cause tectonic plates to shift violently, adding another layer of disaster. But could life survive? While some hardy extremophiles might endure in deep oceans or underground, the outlook is grim for humans and most complex life. Without rotation, Earth would become a hostile environment, characterized by extreme heat and cold, destroyed ecosystems, and a shattered environment. So what could cause Earth to stop spinning? In reality, nothing in nature is likely to halt the planet abruptly. The forces required for such an event are astronomical, such as collisions with massive celestial objects or some unknown cosmic occurrence. Even tidal interactions with the Moon are gradually slowing Earth's rotation. But this process takes billions of years. A sudden stop is nearly impossible, but contemplating it helps us appreciate the delicate balance that sustains life. What if Earth's rotation simply slowed down gradually? Over millions of years, days would lengthen, tides would change, and climates would shift slowly. Some models suggest that in the distant future, the Moon could become tidally locked with Earth, causing one side of our planet to always face the Moon. But that is a story for another time. For now, Earth's steady spin is a remarkable feat of cosmic precision, keeping life safe and maintaining natural cycles. Without it, our planet would undergo a transformation beyond recognition. The wild winds, flooding, temperature extremes, and collapse of ecosystems paint a vivid picture of a world at rest. Understanding what would happen if Earth stopped spinning reminds us of how extraordinary our planet is. The rotation, which often goes unnoticed, is one of the most vital forces shaping life, weather, and the protective magnetic field. So the next time you watch a sunrise or feel a gentle breeze, remember that it is all part of a delicate cosmic dance that has persisted for billions of years. A dance that, if suddenly halted, would change everything forever. Thank you for exploring this infinite possibility with me. If you enjoyed this thought experiment, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode of Infinite If, where curiosity never stops spinning. Infinite possibility with me. If you enjoyed this thought experiment, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an episode of Infinite If, where curiosity never stops spinning.